Hello there, class. My name is Matthew Cassida, and for this lab section, I'll be going over some of the lab deliverables for Lab 5 for this given week of the lab section. So for this lab deliverables, I'll be going over some of the explanation behind LiDAR data, also how it's created, also how it's different from Lab 4. I'll also be going over some of the different, 3D visuals I created in FugroViewer, also utilizing the profile view of an unknown building. I'm going to give you the correct height of each of the building itself. I'm also going to give you the name of the building. So the first question is, explain what LiDAR data are and how are they created. So basically what LiDAR data is, it's translated to light detection and ranging data. So basically this data in itself is created with the use of laser technology, or remotely censored lasers. So what you have is, you have these particular satellites that orbit the Earth, and basically they send out lasers at a particular point that you want to measure or you want to map out on a particular surface of the Earth. And these lasers, once they keep going back and back and back, they basically send the information back up to the satellite. And through all these points they measure out, you're basically able to get a complete picture and a complete view of a particular area that you want to map. And the other question is, how is LiDAR different from the point data used in Lab 4? So for Lab 4, for that point data, we basically utilize the X and Y coordinates of this particular point. But the cool thing with LiDAR data is that not only are you able to use the X and the Y coordinates to map it out, but you're also able to use the Z coordinates, which basically means you're able to measure the particular height of a particular surface that you want to look at when you're looking at basically the LiDAR data in itself. Number 2 is showing an oblique angle view of the LiDAR data in the 3D view of FugroViewer. So basically, this is the 3D visual that we have here. I basically snipped it out, took a screenshot of it. So basically what we're doing here is we're using both sets of the LiDAR data that we were given in the file that we were asked for Lab 5. I have it at a 45-degree angle, and I'm using the 3D view for both the ground and the buildings. And as you can see from what I said, it basically creates this kind of 3D visual effect when you basically put all these points in together in one point. Number 3 is show a side view transect of the building identified at the end of section 1. So basically we have this transect, and it was made in the profile view of FugroViewer, and basically uses the same thing. As you can see, the different points that each part of the building is hitting. And it's basically, this is what the lasers are actually doing. They're hitting at a different point section of the given building. Number 4 for this lab is give the correct height of this building and the units it is measured in. So for the lab, I noticed that in order to give the correct height for this, it was basically you wanted to measure it without the antennas. So if we are measuring from here to here, I basically got a measurement of about 37.3 units. And after looking over the PDF file, one unit is basically measured out to about 1 meter. So from here to here, if we're going to go from here to here, it's going to be about 37.33 meters. And bonus thing, if we're going to look at the antennas, which is not something we were asked for the lab, but if we're going to go from the antennas, it's about 56.88 meters tall. Units tall, which would be about 56.88 meters tall. And number 5 is identify the name of this building and show a photograph of it found using your internet sleuthing skills. So after looking on the internet for a little bit and trying to trace it using Google Maps, etc., I found that this building is something called the Guthrie Theater Building in Minneapolis. And if you were to look at it from side by side, you can actually see that it's basically the same building that you found in FugroViewer, and with the help of FugroViewer technology.